it going over there?
You're really ruining my flow right now, you know that?
You got an issue. His movement, man.
We have 15 minutes.
It's time. Hello, boys.
Thank you.
It's comfortable.
God.
That's
You
why
know,
people
I
get in
dress
their
better than
comfies at
both of you
home.
every time I step outside these four walls, and you're gonna make fun of me because of the way I dress inside my house.
It's like, well, it's Tuesday. I better throw on the same clothes I wore as Monday and Sunday and Saturday.
The difference is when you go outside, you throw on that swanky fedora of yours.
and my other clothes. Come on, man. Come on, man.
And other things, but mostly the fedora.
All right, welcome, everybody.
Yeah, good
Welcome.
job.
Hello.
This is Safety First. I'm Drew McCoy, and I'm here, as always, with Sebastian Zenz
Oh, hi there.
and Travis Bennett.
Dessert.
And we have Katrina back in the
Hi,
in
friends.
the pod.
Hello. Hello.
Bing, 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 bing,
Wah,
bing.
wah, wah, wah.
So today, I have one question for you guys. Did you see Michael Bay's new movie on Netflix?
Yes, and I
Yes.
didn't want to.
What? Really?
It took a while.
Oh, it was an arm twist for me.
Did you like it?
You know, there was parts that I did appreciate, but like
That's
I
fair.
said, it did take
That's
me a
fair.
couple
Yeah,
times
it
to
took me a
watch to really
I didn't
immerse myself.
It was literally until I went out the front door that was on my TV.
I told
I
you.
turned it off.
I told you.
I turned it off and left.
Well, I'll admit I did the same because I needed to finish the end.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I don't know. What do you think, Drew?
I think it is the most insane Michael Bay movie I've ever seen in my whole life.
Oh my God.
Well, it takes every aspect of all of his other movies and just like heightens it tenfold.
Yeah.
But where are all the giant robots?
Yeah.
One thing that
Well,
was missing,
yeah.
but they
I mean,
did
the
have a
big
huge
fucking
crane.
magnet was
Oh, but
there.
God,
That was
just-
That they did.
Yes, you're right.
It was a
Big
40.
magnet. Yes.
It was a 45-minute car scene at the beginning. It took 45 minutes to introduce.
It
the
wasn't
movie.
45
Yeah.
minutes.
It
It
was.
was-
I looked at it. It
No,
was
no, no,
42
no, no, no,
minutes.
no. I was
to
sitting
get
there.
to this is present day. It was
Really?
42 minutes.
All right, fine. It
He's
wasn't
not lying.
one perpetual car
The-
chase, though.
That's
The-
fair.
That was
The
true.
choppiness of the scenes, like, oh shit, we're all of a sudden in a fucking like a backstory moment of
Right.
one character that we haven't even fucking
Yeah, but
met
it-
yet. Like, it was just really weird.
Well, and I don't think we even got backstories for every character.
Okay.
Not really.
You are bummed out about a non-linear timeline for a
Not
movie?
not that. It was just excessive. Like, really, it was like throughout the entire
They
fucking
picked- they
movie.
picked
It
and
was
cho-
just
I mean,
like, holy
they
shit,
picked and
dude.
chose those to, I think, to like explain what's going on. I mean, rather
guess you don't wanna do all.
superfluously. But I mean, if you're going to do all of them, and especially they never got around to one.
Thank you.
Okay.
That's what I.
And
but
then-
I
and
think
they
that's on
alluded- that was
purpose.
the
and they
point,
That's on
alluded to
purpose.
him
I
and
think that
his
was the
whatever
point,
fucked up
though.
history. He had more than anybody.
Yeah, well,
But
because
then they,
they
I guess, intentionally let that
Yeah,
fit.
they
But that
poke
was
on
super
it.
frustrating.
Yeah.
Do
Agreed.
you know why? It's because they're queuing up sequels.
That's what I'm
Exactly.
saying, yeah. Because the black dude's like,
Well,
you mind
he
telling us
needs-
where you learned that from? You know, because
Oh, you
dude
mean-
just turns into
Yeah.
a badass in
Yeah.
a split second. You're
Right.
like, what the fuck, man?
Okay. Should we start at the beginning?
Yes.
No.
All right.
No.
Did you say no?
I did
Non-linear.
not. I did not like. I did not
Start
like
in the middle.
I did not
Work
like
your way
the
towards the
beginning at
end.
all. I did
Go
not
to the
like the
beginning.
way it was shot. They were in that car for too fucking long. It was
Okay.
like,
Oh,
when
that
are
was a
we gonna
long
get to
scene.
the
Okay,
fucking
okay,
point?
okay.
And
So, like-
then dude dies terribly at
Okay,
the end of that scene.
You're getting
That's
getting
true.
ahead of it, all right? You're getting ahead of it, all right?
Right,
So, like, I
Fucked
actually
up.
took notes on it. The movie opens up with this insane car chase through Florence, and James Franco's brother,
Dave.
Dave,
I
thank you.
thought he looked like a Franco.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
And he's doing a baby driver in a green Bugatti.
Yeah,
Also.
yeah.
Which, sweet, but
Sweet, yeah. So they just stole a literal eyeball from a lawyer and his phone. So
Which they dangle superfluously for minutes
Yep.
in
Yeah.
front of the
Yep.
camera.
Yeah.
But okay, so 5 minutes into the movie, a car explodes through just a mess of food carts.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fruit carts.
Yeah, totally.
That was the first explosion.
It was
First
like,
explosion.
It was immediately.
Yeah, 5 minutes in, first explosion, and massive because it was multiple, and obviously all food carts and
Yeah,
bananas are
like-
explosive.
You,
That much
you kind
potassium
of have to
together.
appreciate it because it's like he took two cliches of like explosions and fruit carts and he put it together right at the beginning of the movie.
Oh, but that's not tongue in cheek. That's just Michael Bay.
It's so heavy-handed, it's amazing. And then,
That's his style.
literally 30 seconds later, one of the characters name drops BMW, so you get product placement as well.
Oh, there was
there was
all over. It
Lavazza,
was-
Lavazza,
Captain Morgan.
Bugatti,
Yep.
whatever's going on here.
Ford
Thai Air,
F-150.
Yeah.
It's
even
everywhere.
in the
We
plane
should've-
graveyard.
Yeah.
That's true.
But yeah, so she says a BMW is chasing us. All right.
Yeah.
Like who also says
trust the
that?
way,
Come
yeah.
on, come on.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
At the 6-minute mark, literally 30 seconds later, a nun gives us the finger.
That's true.
They all give them
remember
the
that.
They
finger.
knock
Yeah.
nuns off of their bikes, and
Yeah.
the nun gives the finger.
And they all yell "fuck you" in English.
In
They
Florence.
don't even do it in
In
Italian. They
Florence.
yell it in English.
I didn't even catch that.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
All right. And then at the 7-minute mark, they're going around a roundabout in slow motion, and a pigeon hits a woman carrying a baby
That's
in the
right.
face,
Yeah.
while the car literally dodges puppies.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That-
it's
yeah,
like
I
it's
remember
like
that.
there's a baby,
Yeah.
puppies.
Yeah.
This car chase is just insane. It's absolutely
Crammed a
insane.
lot of shit into that car race.
Yeah.
Car chase.
And then after that, they drive through a museum.
They
They
drive
did.
through
Oh, yeah.
the Uffizi, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of fucked up.
And very nearly destroy the Statue of David.
And then they throw a dick joke in there as well.
Exactly.
It's like,
Because
is, he
of
the,
course,
Yeah.
is this the one with the small?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
There was a comment after that, and I remember laughing.
Oh, you
I remember-
comparing?
Yeah, that
See, that's what made the movie good.
was some of the
It's
Was
all
the
the
dick joke?
little.
Okay, so
well,
now
that,
so now
but
that I
all
am
those
stoned,
little
I
subtle-
would have enjoyed this movie more because I was sober when I watched it. Didn't help for like critical analysis because I had
True.
it.
That's a good point.
But
Okay, so.
that
now-
one
And
blonde guy.
obviously
gets his
gratuitous
Are we
ass
going
violence.
scene
Oh,
to
yeah.
scene?
Oh,
lots of gratuitous gore as well.
It's
in
true.
that- in
yeah,
that
so
car
that
chase
was the
scene.
thing about this movie that you haven't really seen with any other Michael Bay movie is that just a lot of people get bodied in this movie.
Yeah.
There's just
Well,
a
it's
lot.
right
there
off
was like
the
there was,
bat.
like just her trying to dig out the bullet from
Yep.
number 2 the whole time.
Yep.
Yeah, that was
when
like
number 4
fucked up,
released
too.
like did the thing to release the pipes that you just saw just impale
Oh, yeah.
everybody and like take out the top
Yep.
half of a dude.
Yep.
Yep.
yeah.
And then I mean later on
And
where a
just
dude
all-
falls down with his head blown off.
Yep.
That was
Yeah,
unnecessary.
There's a lot of
There's
just human gore in
Yeah.
this movie.
Which I mean I suppose Netflix sort of gave him the okay. 'cause
They-
it's,
yeah, they
you know,
did.
Netflix has that license now, I guess.
But
Because they're online.
Well, like I was telling you earlier, we started it on Christmas at Billy's mom's, and she couldn't watch it. She had to turn it off. Too much
yeah.
gore.
it
Too
starts
much
off.
gore
It,
for her.
it kind of mellows out throughout the movie, but they start off
Ish.
super heavy-handed.
Yeah.
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 Ish, but then,
Ish,
you
but
know,
look at everything
very,
at the end.
Yeah.
Okay, we're getting ahead of it. All right.
Okay, anyways.
So, all right. The first mission in the movie, they have to steal the phone from the lawyer, and then Dave Franco dies.
Complete
Yes.
shit show.
Yes.
Gone.
Every one of them missions
He-
is a shit
He
show.
drifts his car into a forklifts,
Yeah.
and it goes through his
And
neck.
Yeah.
impales himself.
Yes.
like
God.
through him, yeah.
Fucking nuts.
It's more like a shish kebab or a skewered. He was
Man,
skewered.
but his body count was so high by then, he must feel good about that.
Went out like a champ, I guess.
Yeah, it's true.
All right. So after that, they have to find a new team member,
Right.
and they.
But it can't be number 6.
Yeah. Okay.
It's
And
no.
on top of that, on top of replacing their wheelman, they get a sniper.
And they don't even replace the wheelman.
They
Yeah,
don't-
number
yeah.
3 drives. It's like, nobody get violent. I can't do this as well as 6.
He does drive the whole time then.
So yeah, that makes absolutely no sense whatsoever.
Well, they were a family.
But
they
it's
can't replace him.
But
remember?
like okay, but like they replace a wheelman with an ex-military guy.
right.
Which, I mean,
yes,
to
but
be
also
fair,
he
with
was
one-
valuable.
But
Definitely
if one
want
and
that
exactly
side.
one obviously having this whole mission sort of planned out, he knew that it was going to get way more violent and way more assaulty, that it becomes necessary to have, as in the Hong Kong scene. He essentially has an Overwatch position.
Yeah, which cool. Sure.
Yeah, but look at the aspect of he comes in as a broken man willing to do whatever the fuck.
Which
To
I
kill
mean,
anything.
Okay. So yeah. All right. So they introduce us to the new team member who was a military sniper who wasn't allowed to pull the trigger on an obvious terrorist attack.
Right.
And he's
subsequently
pretty
saw
his-
said all of his friends die.
Yeah. And so he's an easy recruit. They get him right away, which leads us to the second mission, which they have to assassinate the 4 generals under the main dictator.
Right.
That was a lovely scene.
Yeah.
Going to Vegas.
What about
It's
it?
kind of dark. It was kind of fucked up, but yeah. I thought it was great that they had the smiley face on the front of the gun.
Yeah.
And when he poked his head up to the little eye thing, it was just a little smiley face and a bullet right
that
through
like Drew said, that's just so like everything that Michael Bay does in this movie is so heavy-handed.
Yeah,
I
When
know.
he's going to do something, it's not subtle. He's going
Well-
because then there's that between and they like it's like number one said they just like what are you, just a couple of coked out tennis stars? Like their whole disguise is the smiley gun, the smiley face on the gun. Them just having sex then
Well,
Yeah.
in Vegas.
Throwing
Just
that out
decide
there.
casual
What
hooking
was
up.
his costume? What was his? He was like that biker.
There's
with the
never-
long hair
He was
or whatever.
hipster Jesus.
Yeah, hipster.
That's right. That's right.
Well, and then they
Leather
shot
Jesus,
that
yeah.
guy like while his dick was still inside that prostitute.
Yeah.
And that's kind of fucked up. Like, how would you feel about that? Like, that would be insane.
How would I feel about getting shot?
He
Well,
No,
then
for the-
proceeded to tie
probably-
them
for the-
up.
for the
with
prostitute.
I can't
And leave them
imagine
there.
how quick, I can't imagine how quickly you stop being erect when there is a gun pointed at you.
Yeah.
Like, to be fair,
You have to think about
like
that.
that's just gotta be.
Yeah, that's worse.
No.
Like the dead slither out. Like
I didn't know. Okay.
yeah.
Okay, all right, okay.
Something I didn't want to think about there.
It wasn't cool.
That was an image that.
That's why I said it was a dark scene.
It
It was
is.
fucked up. I was like,
And I mean,
damn.
a lot of these sines make you like,
Oh God! I
okay,
just saw
what?
his shirt. Oh, I just missed it. It's just there. It is.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, the
man, the legend.
the legend.
And then he's like, I have terrible taste.
Fucking embarrassing.
Oh my God. But then with the movie quotes later on, it's just like during the penthouse scene, they just constantly, obviously quip other movies.
Oh yeah. I love
It's like
that
the eagle has
personally.
landed.
Yeah,
and-
yeah.
That's my favorite scene, or my favorite like line, or whatever the fuck he
Yeah,
said.
but instead of just dropping it there, they keep quoting movies.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Did we finish on the Vegas theme? Because I think it's a lot of like signature Michael Bay like upskirt shots. You know,
Yeah,
shot
just-
at super low angle, just lots of like naked women's
Of the
asses.
random woman
yeah,
like walking
Walking
away
in,
as
yeah.
they're coming in. It's like, oh, that was just gratuitous. Okay, cool.
Yep.
And then okay, so what is the third one?
Third one.
Oh,
was,
wait.
Is that to extract?
Oh, hold on, no.
big
Yeah,
one.
after that, 2 and 3 have sex in the Las Vegas penthouse
Right.
Yeah.
for
Was that-
seemingly no reason.
Is that where? That wasn't where they.
That was
just
kinda out of
killed
nowhere
everybody,
also.
right?
Yeah, like these
And
two
that they-
characters with exactly no on-screen chemistry prior to this exact scene.
Just
Just
decide
just
to go
fuck.
at it.
Yeah.
And then they start actually getting serious.
And then they get serious.
Yeah.
And then she meets, well,
Grandma.
So is that a tonal shift in the movie?
Yeah,
I would
well,
say.
they all
Yeah.
got soft on each other. By the
well,
end
that's
of the
also
movie.
right.
Yeah.
Exactly. The moment
And
that
dude said
Seven.
no family. Blah, blah,
Right.
Because
blah.
now
Going
it's
back
like
to that-
even here,
Yeah.
it's like they're all like just eating and talking and like actually being like a group of friends and not necessarily
And then
even like a squad.
Right.
Britney, bitch.
Just
But Seven had to come in and soften them all up. Because he had that like past
Yeah, he did,
PTSD thing he's working through, you know,
Yeah.
doesn't have a family.
and then there was also the
They kinda set
no
that
man
up.
left behind.
right, exactly.
And that dude for real.
Just
left
never
that
again.
Blonde. That blonde guy was in trouble that whole damn movie.
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
all right. So yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So that that brings us to the third mission of the movie, where they have to extract the evil brother or the evil
Brother's
the main
good.
have we talked about the antagonist yet of the movie?
Not necessarily,
Not
other
really.
than
Other than he's a fucking
mean-
guy. He's a hell of a guy.
Well,
All
it's
right.
the dictator of
Yes,
he's
so
a
he-
fucked
he's-
up guy,
Turkestan.
but
He's the dictator of Turkestan, a man named Rovak.
right.
And they have Rovak has a brother named Murat, and there's kind of a Richard III allegory happening,
Yeah.
where and what you want to do it?
no.
No,
Yeah, he does want to do it. Just give it to him. Take it away, Steve.
No, I don't know.
that's like that. Like seriously, is like your signature line. No, it's so
Never fails.
the main antagonist has his brother locked away in a penthouse in Hong Kong.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
With a library and a screening room and just all of the good things.
I mean, it was a pretty dope place to be.
It was.
Well, yeah, they mentioned
But
that in the
also-
movie.
There's a pool on the roof.
Right.
Like, it's fucking awesome.
He literally says, "Yeah, it's a pretty cool prison."
Yeah. I mean, we were just.
It's got art. It's also a penthouse. It's got that ridiculous pool up top
Yeah.
with the waterfall.
Yeah. That was the icing on the
cake.
cake right there.
I could live up there and not leave there and have everything delivered to me. I could do that. Absolutely.
Like last night's episode. Just Grubhub all my shit.
Yep, absolutely.
Well, it is his brother. I mean, it makes sense. You can't like completely
So
torture him.
The main struggle of the movie is that the main antagonist kind of knows that he's a shitty person. He's ordering chemical attacks on his own people. He's murdering his own people. People are living in poverty.
But he justifies it
He justifies it how?
as, like he says, like polishing it until it shines.
Oh, right.
As,
Yeah,
like
like
he's
more
doing
like a
these
conditioning.
people aren't worthy of living in the world that I want to build,
Right.
or that I think the world should be. And so in his eyes, it's really fucked up in his justification because he thinks he is justified,
So it's altruistic in his own mind.
which is interestingly the opposite of traditional altruism.
Yeah.
Turns out, altruism.
Sure.
I guess.
Now I'm making words up.
I don't know
So
what any of this
Rovak has a brother who would be a good leader of Turkestan, who is somewhat opposed to murdering his own people, we could say, yeah?
Yeah.
Yes.
He's cool. He's not-
Definitely.
He also says that the throne doesn't belong to
Anybody,
to him, nor
yeah, that
his
belongs to the
brother,
No.
but
people.
To
of
the people,
Turkestan.
yes. So they say in the movie, they describe him as a democracy-loving brother,
Exactly. Yep.
which just one.
Obviously, enemy number 1 to Big Brother.
Mhm.
Always.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Was it Big Brother or Little Brother?
I'm not
I
sure.
think-
I don't think
it
we
was.
know.
It probably was.
You know what?
It,
Fucking
it
twins.
probably
Well, it probably was if you think about it. I mean, if he's in leadership, you know, older.
Yeah. Which is, oh god, I'm laughing gas.
That's actually
That
pretty cool and
was
pretty smart.
A
'cause,
good addition,
Yeah,
I think.
like that. Nobody's ever done that.
Until
They
it made
s-
3 an idiot.
Like in
Oh, right.
Matrix, they just slaughtered everybody. You know, like so these guys just walked up and just threw everybody some laughing
they're
gas.
not gonna.
Okay, but like,
But then,
I don't
This isn't
think that this is how nitrous works. All right.
Well, it's
Like
probably
it,
some.
It doesn't incapacitate you.
Well, you can make it that potent. You can definitely.
You know this
Yeah, absolutely.
You have incapacitated somebody with nitrous.
No, but you telling me that you
Travis
couldn't
is
turn
the
it into
Joker.
a smoke bomb to a higher concentrated level to
I'm
work
really
almost
not
Do you have
sure.
any
immediately
evidence
like
of
that?
this?
It's chemical
you're just-
science.
you're
If
just
you want to
make-
Google it, Google it.
Google,
Or you could just trust me.
just put the MythBusters
You
on
could
it.
probably- Yeah. Mythbusters could do it. It's an enclosed room. It fills up out of that canister. It's spraying out. You know, as long as it's concentrated.
I'm just
enough,
saying, I
it's
don't
gonna-
think people would be tipping over.
Oh, yeah, I think they would. Have you ever huffed anything before?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
same effect.
It's like we're talking about the same thing.
You can't huff out a room.
Yeah, but if you can
If
compress
you
it,
have
you can
enough.
put
Okay, all right, I guess.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see what you're
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah,
Okay.
I guess I've literally huffed nitrous.
it- Yeah.
I see.
It does make you a little woozy.
I was like, where? Make got mad at me. Like, how dare you say something so smart?
I guess every time I puff nitrous, it doesn't make me giggle. It kind of just makes me lightheaded.
Yeah.
I've never had.
You've never
nitrous.
taken a thing of whipped cream and just shot
Oh
it directly.
yes, I guess.
Like,
that's
have you've never done
considered
a whip
that.
it, like where they actually have like a concentrated?
I have one of those at my house.
Yeah.
That's how I make cold brew. Nitrous
Ooh,
cold brew.
yeah.
Yeah, people just inhale that shit. You know?
Yeah.
It's really weird.
Goo goo gaga for like
it's
2
really
minutes.
weird.
Whippets?
Yeah, really weird.
So that
basically a shotgun to your brain.
Yeah, exactly. It's very, very bad.
Oh, Drew, is there something like that?
We're in the same boat, Drew.
Well,
I'm just anti it now.
me too. I was young, dumb.
Full cum.
Why
knew
do you
you were
think
gonna
I
go there.
thought that was plausible?
I worked at IHOP. I'm
I've
sorry.
lived it.
Oh, I mean, you just have
I worked at IHOP in high school. I'm sorry.
Oh, man, that's
Peer pressure was a real thing.
That's hilarious.
Okay, we're getting off topic.
Yeah,
All right.
we are.
So, the third mission of the movie is they're trying to exfil the good brother from the penthouse.
Yeah, with a lot more people than they had anticipated.
So here's what I don't understand about it is that they go in through the top.
Right.
Why do they even send in people through the basement or the main floor?
Yeah,
Um,
to cover all bases. Because if you think about it, there's actually extra people they didn't even account for anyways.
It's just to make a fucking mess.
Well, yeah.
It's, I mean, the whole
Hence why it's all the way on the
Also-
top, this beautiful penthouse with
Yeah.
a pool.
I think it was
like-
more or less that they couldn't really that one guy, he's like, he's a parkour runner. You know what I'm
Also.
saying? I don't think that the other people were capable nor felt confident in
But-
getting over there up that high. You know, I think they're also their own people. I would have said, fuck that.
So
I'm
is
going
that
in
what
through
it
the
is?
bottom.
All right.
That's what I would have done. But that's
Everyone
just my
has a
take on it.
strength,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And you got to go at all angles. Any mission.
Because
I
he's
think-
up there
All
just
angles.
I'm
he's up
calling
there just
bullshit,
prepping for
alright? So
evac.
like he finds him anyway. The other guy is sniping, and like the other two are just wild ass liabilities, just
Yeah, they are.
drawing
Right there.
drawing all this
Yeah.
attention. Yeah,
I mean, they're a couple of badasses.
And then there's
though.
one just being a creep, just being like, I'm going to look at everybody through binoculars.
oh, it's a scope.
It's a scope.
Okay.
He's doing Overwatch.
It's an unocular, excuse
well,
me.
he also is valuable because he does save the day.
Plenty of time.
Yeah, he real quick
Plenty
learned
of
some
times it's true.
learned
He
some ninja
basically
moves.
saved everything in this movie.
He's
He's
made
like
him
the one
stop
that
to
is the
save.
He
glue.
was also the one who wanted to just leave 4 behind for dead. So
One did.
one, yeah.
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 The black guy wanted to save him and did save him.
And did.
It took his
His name
sweet
is
ass
Seven.
time, but still saved him. Did anybody else think?
Kill you? I don't know.
Well, they have those are they're so
bulletproof masks.
yeah. I mean they
For a
touch.
50 cal?
Have you ever?
I don't think
seen,
that's
well,
a
have-
50 cal.
have
It
you
doesn't
ever
look like a 50
seen,
cal,
you
but
know,
still.
the A team they did that too. The bulletproof fucking headgear.
fucking
This
love
is
that movie.
same-
That movie's
I really
great.
like that movie.
So it's,
This is like the spiritual like successor to the A Team.
was that also a Michael Bay movie?
No, I don't think so.
Oh god, I wouldn't be surprised. if
It,
were.
it wouldn't have been as good if it was a Michael Bay movie.
Fair.
But this is right after this is where you just have this fucking asshole up however many goddamn floors just throwing goddamn grenades.
Yeah.
Like who does that?
Just
Why?
the one guy just constantly-
like
And
here.
he's on target too.
Yeah,
like,
he's
Oh,
good
yeah.
with them.
Oh,
Yeah.
freaking Olympic shot putter with them.
Pretty nice with it.
These are my choice of weapons. Just walking around with a fucking bag full of grenades. Like
Well, they just stole them.
I mean, but that is unbelievably reckless and like, I mean, really, would you have somebody up there just tossing grenades, hoping to kill somebody that's not supposed to be there? I don't know, but it's bullshit.
All right, should we press on?
Yeah, let's press on.
That's the sticking point.
He makes me
Man
mad.
on the roof throwing grenades.
Really though, it sounds
All right,
crazy.
okay, yes. So, for the British parkour expert,
Yeah.
Yes.
Which
His
I
name-
feel
The
for.
there was a lot of parkour in this movie.
it seems like I was trying like during this scene, I was trying to figure like what the hell does he even do? He just seems like a giant liability
if you
the whole
have,
movie.
Has anyone
Well, he
played
kind
Team
of
Fortress
ends up
2?
being because
No.
one has to save him.
Team Fortress 2?
What?
No.
No.
No? Okay. Well, so there are different like basically like this. They're different like classes of fighter. So there's a
Right.
medic. There's a.
This is a video game?
It's a video game.
Okay,
yeah.
sure. Yeah.
Well, that's
from,
definitely
like,
the theme
10
I
years
feel like here.
It's a video game.
Right.
It really is.
But one of them is a scout, which just goes and just runs wild, and it's like that reminds me of him entirely. It's like he's just somebody who's just like
He's
just
got a
runs-
bird's eye view, and he helps connect
So
the
that's
Not even a
zip
bird-
line
not
and
even a
stuff.
bird's eye
That's what he
view.
does. That's
It's
what
not
he
even
does.
a bird's eye view. He just runs through, and you're behind enemy lines. So it's like, somebody's behind us and somebody's in front of us. That's
Well-
chaos. He just literally sows chaos.
Yeah. Well, and he's also good bait. I mean, he runs, he parkours, he
Bait,
distracts.
he's
you
the
know,
quickest.
he's kind of
He's
like
best,
that.
He's best for extraction. He's
yes.
fucking fast. He can breathe
He is the
underwater
one that
for
just
100.
did.
He can breathe underwater for more than 2 minutes. For
Without,
goddamn.
and breathe through that bullet hole through the glass.
Which I don't even
Very
know how is
quickly.
possible.
That's
So
what
that's
they
also a
said, too.
huge strength.
Because the whole time he's breathing, there's water coming out.
But
That
you
doesn't
explained
work.
it. If
Yeah.
you blow the water out the rest of the way, you can breathe.
Yeah, you get a little bit of air in there.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, if you push it out, yeah. It would just not be your first instinct to breathe out. Your first instinct would be to breathe in. Yeah.
Right.
So
Yeah.
that's how you wouldn't be able to get over that. If you can
But-
calm down and think about it, you'd be able to do it. And that's why James Bond does what he does.
Okay.
James Bond.
I like James Bond.
Well,
He's a cooler class of
yeah.
this guy.
Actually,
They also referred to Bond so much. in
for
this.
do.
Ghost, it's like
They
Bond,
do.
save me.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
I know.
So I mean, you definitely have those
Yeah.
aspects to it, but
I mean, but-
obviously in the
yeah.
most extreme sense.
Like they were so it was like the epitome of like this brand new team and like their ugliest first mission ever.
It's just a
Nothing
group of
went-
vigilantes that you don't truly grasp.
Yeah.
It's truly a bunch of people
Yeah.
who are just like good at what they do and was just brought together by some
Right.
billionaire guy
Yeah.
who doesn't want
From
to
7 parts of
So,
the
yeah,
world,
yes, there's
each with a
be known.
They're
different
not,
skill.
and they're
not a lot of
alive.
character development. No.
But I think, like, do you need that? No.
I
Well,
mean, for
their
this,
development-
for this movie, no.
No,
Their
you need
development-
very little bits.
No,
I can't
their
wait for
hence they're
seven.
numbered.
I can't wait for 7 Underground for when they all go into middle age and start families. Build
What?
their development.
I think that
The
would be
sequel,
7
7
above
Underground.
ground.
Above ground. Yeah, because they
In-
are all
in
dead.
reality.
No,
Yeah.
that's just the
Actually,
first-
they have
7
risen.
above ground? Is that what you just said?
She said
Yep,
that.
there you go.
Well, I mean, if you're going with that,
Yeah.
it's
6
when they
underground
have
to 7
risen
above ground.
from above.
That's part of the movie right there.
Oh yeah, so then there's that.
Yeah.
And then this just guy
And
be
then the
just
zip
being an
line.
asshole.
No,
What?
that's-
I'm help.
it's like that classic scene where he's flipping out, and then you knock him out so that you can just take him.
Except he
and then
doesn't get knocked
you-
out. No.
Yeah, but it's a lot harder to knock somebody out, like first punch like that, than you would actually think, especially with just your fist. If you had a gun, probably, but if it's just
Yeah.
your fist, so it just shows like that. He thought it was gonna,
Yeah,
you know,
that was
like
funny
bam.
the first time, but then he like tries to run, and then he's just like
Well, yeah,
punching
then
him in
he-
the face when he's like, "What? He was trying to run.
Yeah,
Why do you think he was
it's
trying
just
to run?"
it's just violent nature, you know.
Like Drew said, wild liability.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Him more than any other of the group.
They were sitting down and eating in that one episode. I think it was on the ship. I'm not sure. I forgot when, but they were just sitting there eating, and then they were, you know, the people were like, "You have to get off the ship. You have
Yeah.
to get off the ship." And he was like, "I just want this," and blah blah blah. And he's like eating, and then he like, the guy looks at him. He's all bloody and shit. And then him and that one chick just literally fuck up 4 dudes in like the worst way. And then they reference it later when everybody's walking through that
It's
room.
just like, did you do that?
Like,
No, that was all her.
Yeah, she's the crazy one.
She's the crazy one. And then, but then she just goes, "Yeah,
no, totally owned it.
What,
No,
did I
she
do
totally
something wrong?
did, Yeah.
All right, so we've talked about most of the group, but there's a couple people like we don't really know, like
the doctor."
the doctor.
Doctor,
yes.
literally no
Nope,
backstory.
doesn't-
Nothing.
Well, she doesn't
She's a
really say
doctor.
much either.
She doesn't
She really
do anything
doesn't.
other than extract a bullet that one time.
Okay.
And
Well,
then she threw
she
that first
also-
canister, right? She was the one
Yeah.
in the hot
Yeah.
pink
Yeah.
mask.
She
That
was.
was her saying hello.
Yeah.
But here's also the thing, and I know I'm going to skip ahead to the end, but she ends up with parkour guy,
Yeah,
rock climbing. Is that another thing that just got
That-
developed out of nowhere?
probably.
So in the
And dude was stalking that bartender at the end too. So I mean, they're all
Hey.
trying to.
Hey, when in New York of 8 million people, you're gonna see the person you fucked in Paris. She said she was moving to New York. You said that's
And
where you
said,
were from.
Exactly. It had
It's
to come
going
full
to
circle.
happen.
You was stalking her though.
And then
that's exactly.
And then that's the start of the series You,
next series. He's gonna have a restraining order,
which is also actually a very good series and extremely creepy. But like,
What is?
So the doc.
You,
What is that?
YOU. It's a
Yeah,
story.
you dumb bitch.
Okay,
Damn.
got it. Damn.
Oh,
Thank
did
you
you
for
see-
spelling it out. I was thinking just you.
But if you've seen Dirty John,
No.
no,
I know of it.
no, a bit. So it's sort of like that. Basically, a guy is mentally abuses and manipulates this woman, but in the show You, it's from the perspective of the stalker
Oh,
and the perpetrator of all
Oh,
this.
Interesting.
I have heard about this.
Yeah, super creepy.
okay.
And
So
very
he takes
good.
it to that point.
Yeah, and so but that's
One-
the end of that's in the end of the movie. He's just seeing her playing with kids.
Now,
yes, this
what
is
about
our
when he
life together
approaches
now.
the kid through the gate?
Looks eerily like him, no?
Yes, that's what I was thinking. Is that his child?
Well, but you did notice when he was, when he died and bombed out or bailed out of that Red Bull plane, there were several flashes of he had what seemed to be a wife and pictures of a wife or kids or girlfriend
Yeah, I guess so.
on the dash. So it's like
Was
and
that
when they
them?
eluded them. I don't know, but that's the kind of the point. I think is like they alluded very briefly. Like that was the only illusion, other than that he was like a billionaire, I guess. or
Right.
Well,
was-
but
had-
my question is how is
to
he
his backstory.
continue to be a billionaire? You know, like if you die and you have $1 billion, that's fine and dandy.
I mean, he
but,
probably
like,
squirreled his money away.
Yeah,
Did you
I
also
was
see
gonna-
that?
Think
Yeah,
though- I
squirreled
mean,
his
do
money
you know
away.
how
Did
much
you see
money
those?
he's spending on
he had
other shit?
at the
dude?
very end when he
Like-
was locking up those like several utility drawers
Yeah.
full of just like in the instance of my death, I want all this given to my son.
Yeah.
And like locking all that up, and it's like when I die, give him this key. Like so, it's like he's got. I can't imagine what he's got hidden away in those utility drawers as well.
I
Right.
don't know. I would like. I
in
would
the
think
middle
that
of a plain graveyard, in what I imagine is Nevada, because.
I don't know. Like the whole everybody's dead thing seems fine and dandy, but you have to have resources and continue like bringing in money and resources to do this shit with no paper
That's
trail.
a lot of
like,
money.
it is, but like, do you see some of the stuff he has? Like those plastic guns that he had, those are fucking expensive, man. Like those are not cheap, and like a lot that Teflon, those
It's-
helmets. It's just like I don't know. I
But
think
there's
about it,
also
and I'm
not
like,
a lot that he's
I
explaining.
see, like,
so
yeah,
there-
exactly.
don't know.
Yeah.
There's probably
I'm thinking
something
that
deeper.
like he probably has one connection to the world.
It's
other
like
than
okay, it's the Tony Stark thing,
Right,
It's like we
exactly.
can explain anything because I have just
But
limitless
he
money.
has money continuing to come in. This guy's supposedly been dead. How
But
is
he's
he still
also
getting a
highly
check while he's
intelligent.
dead,
If he can
like,
make all these
unless-
people
I mean, unless
die.
he's robbing people and then they're like
They
making
explain
money,
that too. They say that like I'm very good at covering my tracks.
Yeah, I
It's just
guess.
part of his his backstory.
I mean, he's like some crazy. Yeah, he knows a lot about computers.
He's the one name you won't find in the Panama Papers.
What are the never mind.
You know what? No? Okay. Yeah, it's nerdy.
All right, fine. What are the Panama Papers?
Released, there was papers, like thousands of papers leaked by the Panamanian law firm Mossack Fonseca, like a couple of years ago, that basically criminally incriminated or physically incriminated thousands of billionaires and millionaires and companies and corporations into what everybody knows is going on, and basically embezzling their funds through shell corporations and shell companies around the world. And it basically was like the links between the papers were like the links between all of these shell corporations, that it was an actual paper trail back to like some of the most famous and wealthiest people we know.
Yeah.
And nothing happened.
Well, who's going after them is
Exactly, no one's
who's
going
going
after
to
them.
do that when
Exa-
again the limitlessness of
Yeah.
this.
The government?
Exactly.
The ghosts.
The ghost world. That is a ghost world, though. If you think about it,
All
like
6 of them?
it's the ghost world.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
he was like, well, it's like, what do you mean there's no trail? It's like, yes, I like what I'm doing is hubris, but what they're doing is also a form of hubris. The idea of like being a ghost and the idea that you can be a ghost and can be invisible.
Consultant.
The assassin
Yeah.
consortium head. I don't know.
Sure, yeah.
Because this billionaire is using this massive wealth and everything that comes with it to his advantage, but to a purpose that's to depose somebody who's also using his own massive wealth and advantages that come with it to basically just impose, I'm going to build this country like my palace. And everyone's living in my gardens and they need to leave.
So they're connected by a theme.
Well, they want to erase their past. So they want to make up for it by doing good to the world.
I don't know if the antagonist wants to erase his past.
No, not him, but the group itself.
More so, I guess, for the members, and this idea that he's projecting to them. It's like, here, you were not necessarily a nobody, but you were on the fringes of, mainstream society to begin with. There is a plausible reason, like he used number 7's apparent suicide.
Mm-hmm.
To it, and it's like
number 4
and talked him into it.
Yeah.
It's like he used number 4 as like falling, however many stories through a building.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, oh well, and it's just sort of like, so it's this idea that it's like, well, you're nothing, so you have this freedom to do whatever, but clearly number 1 is tied down to something still, because he's doing this with a purpose,
right?
And he's still has like clearly more on his shoulders than he's giving off and letting on.
I can agree with that.
But it's sort of like his own ability, like clearly this like weight on his shoulders, not to like as an overt pressure for himself, but it's sort of like I have the ability to do this, so why can't I?
Not?
Yeah, and it's like he's just
He
put
already had
together
the
a
power.
vigilante group. It becomes
Right.
apparent that it's not backed by any. It's entirely extra legal, and
A team of mercenaries.
Yes.
yeah.
Definitely.
But operating under the ruse that they don't exist anymore, which
Which is the only way you could probably take down someone like that, though, if you think about it. I mean, if you're just a regular Joe Schmo citizen, you'd be totally crushed by...
Yeah, but also who in their right mind would decide to, I am going to fake my death and then overthrow a government?
Well, there's something clearly deep down.
Should we talk about the end of the movie then?
Pretty badass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
So the movie's denouement, I guess the final act of the movie is they plan and they conduct the coup de grace or
coup d'état.
Coup d'état.
It's a coup.
Yeah, that's the first part of
Okay,
it.
why do we say
What's the difference between a coup de grace and a coup d'état?
Probably
Coup
one
de
sounds
grace
like some
is,
vegetable.
you have to look up.
Yeah, never mind.
Yeah.
Coup de grace is sort of like
Because they say coup de
Like a
grace
climax?
in Kill Bill.
it's sort of like a climax.
So coup de grace is just revenge, right?
Maybe
And then a coup d'état
is over.
is an overthrow.
Okay. Thank
Go
you.
with it.
We did that without our phones, guys.
Wow.
There's no confirmation on it.
Yeah,
yet.
also, do
you,
we know
alright?
if that's actually true? Fact check.
Who gives a
please.
shit,
We
right?
just went with it. Said we were right. We were right. There it is.
Boom.
All right.
A coup de grace is a final blow or shot given to kill a wounded person or animal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nowhere
So it's
near.
the
what-
final blow.
The final blow.
It's the final blow versus the overthrow.
Ooh. I will always remember it like that.
All right.
So coup d'état.
Just had to do it, didn't you? Just had to do it.
This is my bad.
All right. God, just go with it. All right. So the movie ends with the final coup d'état, where they put everything in place and then they do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
All they do, they just grab the dude. And
they plant all those candle bombs.
Candle bombs
Yeah.
That was pretty
to
cool.
as a very sort of like, if anything, to because of any revolution and overthrow,
Yeah, that was-
you always have the pictures of people toppling the statues.
Yeah, 'cause,
Yes.
I mean, was that necessary? But I mean, they
No,
just
but it's
threw that
wildly
in there,
symbolic.
Oh, I mean,
Yeah.
yes,
Incredibly
thank
symbolic,
you. Yeah,
yeah.
like you remember in
And that was
in
actually
Iraq when
and-
they were just like pulling down
well,
all the
Iraq,
statues.
Yeah.
when the fall of the Soviet Union, pulling down
Yeah.
statues
I
of
mean,
Stalin and
any-
Lenin,
yeah.
pulling down statues of in Romania and Yugoslavia. Yeah.
Yeah.
Real citizen of the world.
Oh, you've been everywhere
You've
once,
been,
man.
been everywhere there, yeah. All right. So they plant the candle bombs, and then they talk about the power of the state-run TV. So they have to hack into the state-run TV feed to get the good guy, the new
Murat.
president of
Yeah.
Turkestan, or new prospective president, rather, so they can feed in the video of him telling the people to rise up and overthrow the government, which just immediately has already happened.
Right.
Which is like they're watching
They
the
were
TV and
waiting
like,
for it.
you had me at revolution.
It's more or less like welcome to the party. Like we're
Right.
on this.
We've already been there.
It took no time whatsoever. Those signs were already printed.
Oh yeah.
It's just honestly, you could just have a picture, like a loop of him, like walking to the camera behind Eminem's "Guess Who's Back," and that would be enough to do it. That would be enough to do it for these people.
Can we do an alternative ending to this, please?
Just recut it.
Wow, that would be pretty amazing.
So yeah,
That's all it took.
in this perfect movie, that's the only thing that I found unbelievable is how quickly that happened.
Yeah, throwing all their flags and their whatever documents into this.
They all got
So many
behind.
papers that.
That revolution took 4 seconds.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then he went to his party boat. as a
Right. Yeah.
panic
Okay.
room.
So yeah, the people rise up, and then Rovak is swiftly transported to his yacht.
The one he spent $1 billion on.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks like a $1 billion yacht. It's got an elevator in there. It was a nice elevator.
Yeah.
That's his master escape plan.
Yeah.
Is to just slowly
Gotta go
yacht
fast,
away.
right?
Slowly party boat his way out of there.
And
Also,
they
how
explain
about
it in the
plane?
movie
Yeah.
that they're not leaving fast enough because the yacht captain is German and he's incredibly thorough,
He's
and
very
incredibly
punctual.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's got to make
precise.
sure everything is right with the controls, with the gauges and the dials and the levers. Everything is on point. Otherwise, this is not $1 billion yacht. It's only a $950 million yacht, and we can't have that. Not for the grand dictator of Turkestan.
Okay. All right, and then they have another inexplicable gunfight, I guess.
Yeah.
Where
Everything.
Another
fight.
one. You
Yeah.
have to.
Like at
though.
one point, you see them running at them
Where
with
it's like-
boards.
there's these people who know that they're about to try and kill a president versus a bunch of people in skipper outfits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be like, here's a folding lawn chair.
Yeah. So the secret to the mission is that the Ryan Reynolds. Have we even mentioned it? Yeah. It's fucking Ryan. It's Van Wilder.
Number one.
Yeah.
Big spoiler.
One.
Yeah.
Deadpool.
Oh shit, same universe? No way.
Wow.
Yeah. So Van
That's
Wilder
the figure.
turns the giant boat into a giant magnet, and there's just people just flipping around,
Flying around the
I thought about it as
with
like
guns and knives and furniture because they're
all
wearing,
in slow
Oh.
motion.
all wearing body
Very.
armor.
Yes.
They're all wearing body.
They
Like
all
at the
found-
very beginning,
yeah.
it was like everybody get your chest armor on.
Well, when you're
well,
on
now
a
they're wearing
yacht,
chest armor.
When you're on it, yeah,
and
there's
it's moving slow and people are coming after
and you have
it's
people and you
bound
have
to
guys on
happen.
roofs throwing grenades at you.
Yeah.
You need protection from debris and bullets.
Always, really.
That
I feel like you just have to live your life like that.
You know he's just there. Is this helping?
I'm down here, asshole.
I feel like this is helping.
That got too close that time, you fucking prick. Oh, I'd be so mad at him. But yeah, I mean, that
but I
part
mean-
was whatever. It was like, I mean,
But
it's
they
cool.
like
It
they
was
did
cool.
it. They did
the
it all
knife
in
part
slow
in the
mo.
kitchen, you know,
Well,
where
But you-
once I saw that part, what I flashed to in my mind, and I said this last night, was I bet you that this motherfucker just thought of that scene in his head
Yep.
and built a fucking movie around it.
Oh,
Just-
yeah.
like literally just like voila, and then that's the scene.
A yacht that becomes a magnet
And
in a
then
gunfight.
Everybody flying back and forth, and they got all plastic everything on, and so that they're not gonna move, and like it's a cool concept. Yeah, they came through and fucked that shit
Plastic
up. but-
bullets, though, that doesn't seem possible.
Yeah, well, I don't know. There's some type of.
But it's
really
all in slow mo,
hard-
and you realize it has to be in slow mo
Oh, yeah.
because it full speed with just him
It would
being
be
going.
fucked. Yeah, it'd be fucked up. Too.
Yeah.
Blood splattering everywhere. It'd be like a mist of blood and shit.
But even like during the movie, you'd just be like, "Oh, that was it. That was fun. All right. Let's do that again."
That happened a lot
2 seconds
quicker than
later.
I thought.
That was a neat battle.
That whole 4-second revolution.
That's why.
4-second revolution. People had to get out of their houses, put on their shoes, man.
Fucking insane.
Yeah, it was a wild part of the movie. But I
Okay,
thought
but
it was pretty
then-
cool that they finally got him, and then they just like threw him to the people.
So yeah,
I don't
Yeah.
understand how they had time to all board a helicopter.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah, I don't know how they all got on there either. It just kind of
Well, the timing of the movie is irrelevant. It
Yeah.
all happened.
It
in
all
one
took
day.
place in 36 hours at most, even with the
Right.
3 years of backstory.
Exactly.
It all actually happened in like 3.5 weeks.
Yeah, I was like, another fight. Yeah, cool. This is another car chase. Totally, something just blew up. Oh, that guy's throwing grenades off the roof. Yeah,
But it's like the whole thing is like just plays out like a Call of Duty campaign.
well, yeah,
Like it's something you would play in a video game.
Absolutely.
It's ridiculous.
yeah. 'Cause, they are botching shit up left and right too. And I mean, it is
And also,
the ugliest.
how
thing.
else do you get that many enemies to spawn in a yacht or a penthouse? Like, come on!
That was an absurd amount. Like it was
Like
like
they're just
every
coming
person,
out of the like.
Well, it's like every person that worked on that boat was like, AKA a fucking mercenary.
Suddenly
Oh,
became
yeah.
weaponized.
You know what I'm saying? It's like a whole
But then
army.
in the
But
penthouse,
don't you
whole
think
army of
he-
chefs and waiters.
but then in the penthouse, you have like I don't know, like 4, 5, 6 guys originally,
Yeah.
and then there's an army of them.
just more and more.
Just- they just duplicate. You're like, what the?
Like how many guys get swept out by the water at the very end?
The
But,
yacht
like,
makes
True.
more sense to me because like by that point the revolution has already kicked off, and so he's probably there with his military. You
Oh
know,
yeah, that's what
Probably
I was gonna
they're
say.
there
He's
with his personal guard.
constantly-
Like
yeah.
in the Hong
Constantly.
Kong penthouse, like there was fucking 40 random fucking dudes.
Yeah, just
for the
coming-
brother though, right? For
But just coming out, like at the very beginning, it's like I've got 4 up top, and it's like they eliminate 2, and then when they're trying to get out, all of a sudden it's a freaking platoon.
they're rolling deep all the time. You have to when you're at that status. I mean,
Squad
come
deep,
on.
right?
You have buildings. You have blocks.
Oh shit, we're all online. Let's get these guys.
Really?
Oh,
Think
oh no,
about it.
there's 6 people coming for us.
Squad up, boys.
It makes sense.
Man, just the most lopsided, worst game of capture the flag ever.
Really though.
I mean, but
Okay, so how about we talk about so Ravik.
Rovak.
Rovak.
It's like robot, but
Oh,
robot.
got it. Thank
There
you.
you go.
Um.
welcome.
Okay, so he's taken in the helicopter,
Idiot.
right?
Yeah.
He
Yes.
wants to die with dignity.
Yeah, okay,
Of
all right.
all
Oh,
things.
man.
So yeah, the movie ends where Rovak thinks that he's escaping for one final time, and he's picked up by a helicopter. But wouldn't you know it?
Everybody.
It's the team.
Marat pulls off his helmet and is like, guess what? I fly helicopters
Yeah.
now.
That's the A team, right?
the old switcheroo.
And then it's just
Classic.
like they all slowly reveal themselves as you visibly
Which-
hear, or
which-
you audibly hear this guy just gurgling and choking to
Yeah.
death. It's like, no one.
So why even do the massive magnet battle on the yacht if you're gonna do this final helicopter move anyway?
Because it's got to get to the point that he's on the boat. You got to make sure he's on the boat.
Right.
Yeah, right.
But on the
like,
smaller,
you're-
more
you're-
rickety boat.
you're all gonna come on.
Yeah,
Well-
Thor has to have his arm shattered.
the whole team
That
has to
guy
be
was
on
gonna
the
die
boat.
again.
They all have to.
He was a liability.
Seriously, fucking the British guy. You just a liability the whole movie.
He had his arm shattered.
He had
for
the
the good of
biggest
cause.
heart. That motherfucker kept fighting. He got left behind.
He
and
did.
stayed with the team. He was dude. Even I'm
Honestly,
happy you're alive.
because-
Did you see the way Billy
Okay,
looked?
okay,
Honestly,
He
and
was
this is
heartbroken.
and this is how you start a cult, honestly, because number one is like, where are you gonna go? You're already
Also
dead.
true.
You're
Yeah,
already
that's
dead.
fair.
I own you.
Yeah, but I thought it was cool to see him go back for him at the end. I thought it took a really long time to get to him and find him. And they got, dude,
But in the nick of
almost died
time.
again.
On top of that, him doing just the most asinine dialogue ever.
Yeah.
Where he's like, I need some advice, like just give me a hint. Where are you?
Yeah.
And Billy's getting his ass tuned up, and
kill me.
rather than saying the top deck, he
Yeah.
says, he's going to kill me.
Yeah. Just couldn't muster out
That was
at the very beginning, it's like, where are you? I'm here. What's here? You know, here. It's like, what?
Yeah,
What?
it's who's on boat.
Yeah. Did anybody see the Mexican guy fall down to the boat? And then that lady, she was like, she just started cracking up. Did anybody know what that was about?
Oh, she was so high.
Yeah. Oh, okay. She just started cracking up at this bloody ass Mexican.
It's a Michael Bay movie, all right? Like you don't have to explain it, all right?
They're at a party. Bloody people, bloody Mexicans are going to be falling down.
You wouldn't do that? Like if you're on a boat, you just saw someone just laying right next to you, like, hey, how's it going? That's exactly what I would do.
Oh, man, no.
Hey, you look a little beat up. Is there, bye.
So, yeah, that was done, and then they dropped him off, and the people,
So, yeah, all right. So
killed him.
Once again, we caught a tangent.
Yeah, I know.
So, yeah, they pick him up in the helicopter, and wouldn't you know, the whole team's there. And they just drop him off at basically a refugee camp.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
The rebels.
It
He
is.
referred
The
to them as the
rebels.
rebels.
The rebels.
Rebel camp.
Yes. They've been rebels
Because apparently they're
for nearly an hour now.
There are massively ineffectual
And they
rebel
already
fighters
got
there.
camps and shit
Why didn't they go
outside
talk to the
on
rebel
outskirts
fighters?
of
I'm
town.
sure they could have provided some assistance on the boat.
Absolutely.
That was the first time we heard of rebels. They have
They
people
didn't talk about it the whole movie. That there was
Yeah.
no like active rebellion happening
until there's like drop me off at the rebels. How ineffectual are those assholes?
Yeah.
But also, you'd have to think there'd probably be a rebellion of sorts if
sure,
you're getting gassed
but
out.
I'm sure, but it seems like a rebellion, which is
Well, the only way
the illegitimate part of the society. They all deny their existence. That seems like the perfect sort of army to try and recruit.
Also,
It's like that would have
is
helped
true.
massively on the
I
Magna
don't know.
Vote.
Maybe
Yeah,
I guess you would think about the body count then.
I suppose.
Because I mean, all they had to do
If
was
we're
get
gonna,
his brother to play
if people are
ball.
gonna die, it's either gonna be the enemy or one of our own.
Yeah, true. I don't think you're gonna put all those people with pitchforks.
Because
and shit.
he did. He was
well,
in
they
the
all had
he was in the
basically
refugee
machetes,
camps.
is what I noticed.
he was in the refugee camps.
Yeah,
They did.
what
yeah.
he needed was their support at that exact moment when he got the brother to be on TV and make that announcement, because that's how you have a revolution in about 45 minutes.
True.
He's
Widespread
perfect
like that.
Perfect timing.
Yeah.
Perfect timing.
Especially if the brother walks into the room full of all of the generals, is like, hey, stop listening to him and listen to me, and they all go, okay.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, he was telling them, he was ordering them to drive through crowds of people and
destroy
watch this.
hospitals.
He says they're
and
not my
schools.
people anymore.
It starts fucking. It's nuts. Like, they're probably sitting there like, dude, I'm not gonna go kill. But then he killed.
But then there won't be. But if he gets all the generals, that's the whole army. There's no reason for bloodshed if it's just going to be the rebels being like, then the up against the army is like, oh wait, I'm on your side, you're on my side. Oh, okay, let's go kill this asshole.
Yeah,
all right.
Quickest. Yeah.
So
whoever.
They take the helicopter to the rebel camp and they drop Rovak off, and he just immediately gets Gaddafi'd.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's why he wanted to get shot on the things, because
Right.
he didn't want to get macheted to death.
Yeah.
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 I would have dismembered that motherfucker.
I'm sure that's what they did.
They
I'm
probably
sure they put every
shred.
part of him on
Yeah.
spike.
Definitely.
It would have got gory.
Yeah.
Looked like
I would've
looked like
bathed
Vlad,
in
Vlad
someone's
the
blood
Impaler's
that
room.
So the whole team lives. Bad guy dead. Good guy in place.
Oh, not
Terrible
number
ending.
6 though.
Hated
Oh,
the
I just
ending.
got the title of the movie.
Oh. Dun, dun, dun. The real ghost of the movie.
The whole movie is about Dave Franco.
An homage to him.
That's the only thing that needed to be said about the movie.
Holy
shit.
It's 6 is underground. That's
He's
it.
legit
They
underground.
spoiled the fucking movie in the title.
Oh, that's so meta.
Michael Bay, man. Shout out to him.
That's pretty clever.
Fucker.
All right, so
Yeah.
so what's our takeaway here? If you want to commit or conduct a coup, Bass,
Have billions of dollars at your disposal and go invisible.
be handsome as hell.
Also
Nice-
witty,
get a nice
intelligent.
Suit. Get a nice suit.
He said that.
Get a
Have
nice-
have
get a nice
crazy
suit.
ninja
There's
skills,
power.
apparently for no reason, and gun skills.
Yep.
Save it for the sequel.
Yeah.
Well, the sequel. I mean, they did allude to that.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a casino.
I mean, we had Las Vegas. It's got to be Monaco. You got to step the game up.
They're very.
They said casino.
They're gonna be in some foreign ass African fucking state of place, and they're gonna overthrow.
How cool would it be if this
Just
movie
overthrow the
was-
continent.
Yeah.
Was in the same cinematic universe as the Ocean's universe?
That's exactly where my thought
Yeah.
went. Actually, it
Oh,
really
man.
did.
Just 14 oceans underground.
You son of a bitch, I'm in.
It's,
You son of a bitch. I'm in.
it's set at the Atlantis
Uh,
of all things. I mean, I feel like we should like really create the sequel based on what happened here.
I'm sure Michael Bay is feverishly scribbling down notes.
Well, so like in researching this movie for this episode, I found out that Michael Bay got his start like as a teenager. He was a storyboarder for the Indiana Jones movie.
Oh, really?
That's cool.
And
God, is it fucking George Lucas?
no, the other one, Steven Spielberg, and well, I guess it was the pair of them. But apparently, he told Steven Spielberg, he's like, "Wow, I thought this movie was going to be dog shit."
Wow.
Or whatever the exact quote was.
Sure.
Yeah,
Interesting. He does have an interesting past, though.
It's I'm gonna do one better and make the Transformers.
What else does Michael Bay have?
Michael Bay has Transformers. He
Yeah.
has Pearl Harbor.
That's right.
He has
Armageddon.
Independence
Hated
Day.
Pearl Harbor.
Or, no,
Love Independence
Armageddon.
Day.
He has Armageddon.
Armageddon?
I don't know about
Armageddon.
Independence Day.
I don't think
Armageddon is
Yeah.
one of my favorite.
He has
movies
Armageddon.
of all time.
Yeah.
All time favorite movie.
The Rock.
It's your- right.
The
feels-
Rock, which
The
I have
Rock
not
is
seen.
a good movie. You didn't see
No.
that?
I haven't seen most
No.
of these
I
movies.
like that movie. That's a good movie.
I am not a Michael Bay aficionado by any means.
These are good movies, though.
I've seen Bad Boys and those, and I've seen some of the Transformers.
13 hours.
I've
Oh, yeah,
never
that's
seen
right.
that
I
movie.
haven't seen that.
But I've also never like watched a movie saying, "Oh, this person directed it. I want to see it." That's just not how I.
No.
That's not how I really roll either.
Shitting
I mean,
Never,
very
ever.
Come on,
select.
you never see Wes
I know-
Anderson. It's like yes.
It's not. I've never. I don't even know a lot of directors or anything like that. I just enjoy the show.
Well, this one's an easy one. It's 3 letters. It's Bay.
Yeah, I caught that.
BAE.
No, that's you, babe.
So, but I mean, I hated the ending. I thought it was incredibly drawn out and just.
I thought the
You
whole
knew it
movie
was
was
gonna
drawn
happen.
out. It was what, 2 hours, 8 minutes,
It
Oh,
just,
some
my-
odd
it just
seconds.
wouldn't end.
My
honestly.
favorite. So
Well,
my
there were
roommate.
so many climaxes.
Yeah.
You're thinking like, oh, they got him.
Well,
That's
each
it.
job
and
is
then,
like a movie in itself.
So
The
my
amount of
roommate.
action.
So my roommate a couple of times walked back and forth, from the kitchen to his room or whatever, and every time it just sort of stop, and it's just like, oh, you're still watching. Oh, I keep thinking it's a trailer. It's basically a 2-hour-long trailer for itself.
Popping in and out of storylines and shit. Yeah.
Always just the super dramatic angles and bright
Yeah.
lights and yeah, it like looks like everything is a highlight from itself.
Yeah. I'm gonna be real with you. I would have never finished that movie if you weren't sitting right next to me and we were talking about it today.
I mean,
Your son
Agatha Christie's
is
good.
awake.
Yeah, we gotta wrap this up.
Put a bow
I
on
gotta
this
go to
one?
work.
Put a
Yeah,
bow on
let's
it?
do this. Good job today, Seabass.
yeah, come in with the win.
So that was what was the name of that fucking Six Underground?
oh,
That was Six Underground.
R.I.P. Dave Franco.
Oh man. Yeah, that. Which I think, if nothing else, a lot of conflicting opinions on the pod today. I think it's a good blueprint if you want to commit a coup.
There you go.
Or make a subpar movie.
I could have done
Or-
that my damn self though.
You
I
think
could have
so?
planned that out way
Yeah.
better. Yeah.
Are you one of those guys like
Yeah.
you just let me sneak up the elevator
I would,
shaft?
yeah.
I would just cut his head.
I've constantly thought about like a storyline of like just one guy, just
Oh.
by himself,
Oh,
who
you're-
like works
you're
his
talking
way
about,
up
making a
low
movie,
key
okay.
through like up next to the dictator. His best fucking man that one day in the room alone just blasts his fucking
Right.
ass and ends it all. This guy
Where's
had no
that movie?
connection.
Right.
I want to see that movie. Like,
No connection, just
Yeah.
comes up out
Yeah.
of nowhere, sets
I mean,
it up for
yeah.
years.
Yeah.
He's
Inglorious-
like the god,
Inglorious
Yeah.
father
Bastards?
to the kids.
yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I guess.
They
They,
already-
they rather
Yeah.
came up out of nowhere on
They
him.
did. They did.
They already made that movie, and it's called The Bourne Identity.
No,
Yeah.
no,
Yes,
because he
yes.
was
Or Tom
already
Clancy or Jack
He was
Reacher or-
already a trained assassin, just getting back at the people that was fucking
Jack
with him.
Ryan.
I'm talking about just like
Jack Ryan.
somebody
Jack
who,
Ryan, yeah.
somebody who just does
Tom,
it himself, not a cop or
Clancy's
nothing
Jack
like
Ryan.
that. He
Yeah.
doesn't
Author,
have fighting skills. He just blasts them in the fucking head while they're alone because he has his trust. You know, like. I think that'd be a
So a
great
man that
movie.
comes in with no skills,
Yeah,
no
but
nothing,
he
Just
wants
just-
revenge.
No,
Oh,
not,
so-
not
so- oh,
revenge,
so
but he's
Super
like
Mario
he's like
Bros.
he's like a you know
Plumber going to save a princess.
he's like,
Literally.
I mean, but you could do that. You
All right,
could-
yeah.
you
So
could.
check out Super Mario Brothers.
If you want to see how one man with no skills to do what he's doing does it anyway.
Big thanks to my co-host
about that
Travis
money.
and Sebastian,
Hey,
and
hey.
welcome
Very
back,
welcome.
Katrina.
Thank you. Thank you.
big
Thank you for
thanks
having
to-
me.
Such a pleasure.
Yeah.
Good night,
It's
everybody.
always a pleasure.
Good night. Bye.
Sweet.
Bye.